Hi there, this is Cross the Rubicon channel. I'm going to read out a message that was sent out by Peter Williams, who's a very highly respected ex-journalist in New Zealand. He's the only journalist worth his salt, but now he's actually retired because of his political opinion, which goes against the narrative of the government and radical extremist Maori and globalists in this country. So he sent out a message and to many people, and I'm going to read out that message. So please bear with me as I'm going to read it out off screen. So it's to somebody else, and just bear with me, listen to the message. This message, by the way, has been interfered with by Facebook, and people are being blocked from receiving this message due to the government corruption in New Zealand, because we live in a very corrupt, tyrannical country led by Jacinda Ardern and the globalists and the radical extremist Maori at the very top of the tree in this nation. Dear Sharon, I'm sorry to be writing with some bad news, but today we found out Three Waters was only the beginning. I'm sending this most urgent email to you and every one of our most loyal supporters who, like me, believe in democracy and accountability. As you will soon see, Sharon, this is the most important issue the Taxpayers Union has ever had to tackle. Now more than ever, we are counting on your support. This morning, the government's Future of Local Government Review panel, a group of hand-picked experts, apparently, appointed by Nanaia Mahuta, released proposals that would fundamentally shift local councils from democratic institutions into unaccountable, co-governed fiefdoms. Now I'm just going to scroll down, so bear with me. I'm not going to mince my words here. Late last night, we were leaked a confidential copy of the report's proposals called He Mata Whariki He Mata Wanui. Whatever. They include transferring a laundry list of powers that currently fall before elected council directly to Hapu/iwi and other Maori organisations. Appointing unelected positions by mana whenua to be given equal status by elected members, including voting rights. But unlike the councillors, the mana whenua, this is the Maori, representatives cannot be removed at the ballot box. Requiring council staff to conform with Te Ao Maori values by law. Funding of Tairiti-based partnership in local governance, no matter what the cost to ratepayers, apparently. Removing the requirement for local referenda before changing the voting system for the remaining councillors to be elected by imposing STV across the country and lowering the local voting age to 16. I'm just scrolling down. You couldn't make this up. The future of democracy in New Zealand is at stake. In what is either an Orwellian misstep or an attempt to gaslight you, Nanaia Mahuta's panel literally claim that these recommendations are to strengthen democracy. To strengthen democracy. Imposing co-governance does not increase democracy. There is now no denying where Ardern and Nanaia Mahuta and the government want to take New Zealand. At our Three Waters Roadshow events across New Zealand, we were asked time and time again whether Three Waters was only the first step of a radical plan to impose co-governance over all of New Zealand. Today, the report confirms that those fears were 100% justified. I'm just scrolling down. With so much of the media now bought off, with $54 million a year, plus billions in advertising, only the Taxpayers Union can fight this. As a former broadcaster, I have seen the impact of the Taxpayers Union campaigns, and I know you have too. The Stop Three Waters effort exposed what Nanaia Mahuta is trying to do, and Jacinda Ardern. The roadshow tour, the 100,000 plus petition, the hundreds of road signs, the TV ads, the record-breaking submission numbers, the recent election campaign effort that saw hundreds of councillors committed to stopping Three Waters elected. Jordan has assured me and the whole board that contingent on your support, the team can do it again. The Stop Three Waters campaign gave opposition MPs and people such as the new Auckland Mayor the confidence to come out swinging against this government's radical extremist agenda. To stop these new proposals, we need to do that once again and make these proposals as unpopular as Three Waters. But we can only do this with your support. Scrolling down. 12 months ago, no one knew much about Three Waters. But now it's a thorn in the side of Jacinda Ardern. That wasn't by chance. Our ability to expose and hold the government to account and ensure Kiwis know what is going on in Wellington depends on the support from our supporters like you. Just scrolling down again. We have to stop this now. It will be very difficult for National to undo the damage. We mustn't forget, and this is crucial, we mustn't forget the National Party are responsible for putting us on this path. It was John Key who allowed a river to become a person and for huge swathes of the conservation estate to become co-governed. John Key, these are my words, is a treacherous dog. In a democracy, we all need to be able to hold decision makers to account through fair, free and frequent elections with equal suffrage. And when those spending our tax dollars get it wrong, we, the voters, must have the power to remove them. It really is that simple. I'm just scrolling down. By allowing unelected individuals or groups to make decisions in the council chamber, those in power are accountable to no one but themselves. In order to protect our democracy, these reforms must be stopped in their tracks. Thank you for continuing to stand with the Taxpayers Union and defend accountability and democracy. That was written by Peter Williams. Now, you know what I think about this? I've made many videos about this kind of stuff. Hey Pua Pua and Three Waters. New Zealand is being ripped apart deliberately. The government and the radical extremist super troffer elite Maori, right at the very top of the pyramid, are screwing us all over. They're even screwing their own over. These people are going to own everything, as I keep on saying. They are going to own the water, the air you breathe. They are going to own the land you own. If you think you own land in New Zealand, they are going to come for it, because Jacinda is in cahoots. I believe, I'm not saying this as fact, but I believe when she comes out of office, I really do believe that the radical extremist Maoris, who are worth billions and billions and iwi, are going to give her such a huge payment, worth probably hundreds of millions, and she'll bugger off to the Cayman Islands somewhere. Plus the money she's going to get from the WEF and the United Nations and Bill Gates and Big Pharma. She is going to be a billionaire. She's not going to stay in this country because people will know she has committed an act of treason. And the money they pay her, I'm talking about local iwi, or iwi in New Zealand, and the radical extremists, including Rawiri Waititi and Debbie Packer, and the whole lot are going to release money to pay her filth money, and treason money. And it's all going to be taxpayers' money. It's going to be whatever they pay her, even if they pay her $1 billion, it's going to be money well spent for them, because they are going to be worth billions upon billions and billions. And they are going to be our new overlords. All our towns, all our cities are going to be changed. The names are going to change. Te Reo Maori is going to be forced on everybody, on our children, our grandchildren. It's going to be forced everywhere. You will not be able to get a job if you can't, or not at least attempting to learn Te Reo Maori. This is what New Zealand is becoming. These people are enforcing this upon us. Maori make up 16% of the population, and a very small percent of that, a very small percentage of that, only speak Te Reo. And an even smaller percent of that are the super elite Maori elites, troffers, greedy, money-grubbing pigs right at the very top. And they are the real controllers of what's happening in this country. Now, I get called all kinds of names. I have been for a long time. I don't give two hoots. But what I am telling you is the truth. Peter Williams is saying it much more politely than me. The Taxpayers Union I'm not part of. They don't entertain me for some reason, because they think, well, they probably believe the press of what they've written about me. But I'll still keep saying what I'm saying until they put me in prison. And they probably will at some stage, especially if Maori take ultimate power in this country. They are driving this country to civil conflict, and they don't care, because they are going to be sitting in their ivory towers surrounded by private armies. Okay, there you are. This is my video. And I'm proud of my words, and I'll stand by every single bit of what I say. This is Cross the Rubicon. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, share my videos everywhere. If you want to buy a coffee, buy me a coffee or a beer, I'll leave a link below. See you later.